Right, folks, it is time for the API GTI Challenge, and got a little bit of information here that was forwarded to me by the chairman of GTI Challenge, Zaki Hendricks, on API Property Group, an industrial property specialist since 1984. API Property Group has a national footprint with 140 property brokers in all major metros, being the largest industrial and commercial property specialist in SA. API Property Group specializes in leasing and sales of all industrial and commercial property. Besides sponsoring the challenge, they also have their own 4-car team within the challenge. API has set up a customer contact stands with the pit lane. Alternatively, visit their website at apiproperty.co.za for all industrial and commercial property requirements. That's a bit on the new sponsor for GTI Challenge. And then Challenge, of course, other than just API Property, they've got a lot of other sponsors on board as well. ContraSigns, Dunlop, G&A Promotions, NDT, R&E Digital Marketing, Raceface, MTK, SnapChange, TBGA. They're all in there. Alpine Auto, Hydrocore, Authentic Auto, Spice Mecca, and of course Zaki Hendricks of Wheelworks. And then API is the main sponsor for GTI Challenge for 2024.
Oh, and they were all itching to get out there, Frankie. I saw some, looking on screen now at that pre-race paddock as they all filter onto the circuit. Magnificent stuff.
Right, so we are going to go racing for the very first time in 2024. It is API Property Group GTI Challenge. 31 cars entered. I know Zaki had issues during qualifying this morning. He had a fuel line going him, but the Wheelworks car is out there making its way towards turn number 2. We should see Faisal Jacobs in as well, and that would be in the ex-Jano van der Westhuizen Class A car, and the adjustments were made to that car to make it Class B legit. So lots and lots and lots of GTI Challenge cars out there. There's a lot of newcomers. Ross Schroeder is the man from API Property Group, and he's out there in Golf Mark 1, number 16, in a Class C. There are a couple of API Property Group Golfs out there on the circuit. Justin Hubert, the younger brother of Dylan, makes his debut in the Powder Coating World Mark 1 Golf in Class C, so we welcome him to GTI Challenge. And then, hopefully, this young lady is out there, Liska van Rooyen. She will be making her challenge in Class C. She's done a little bit of all-tar racing when we do the local rally cross. She's gone out about on 2 or 3 occasions there.
I'll ask you again.
So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be hard. It's going to be rough. It's going to be tough. It was never meant to be easy. And these guys and young lady, if Liska is there in the 3-0 car, she will be joining the boys out there, and it's going to be pretty tough. A return for Dario Busi, the 2020 Volkswagen Polo Cup champion. He is back out there again racing after being away for a couple of years, and he makes his return in a Golf 1 in Class C. Gaza, here we go as the cars roll up towards the start line.
This is going to be something else, and it's great to see that GTI Challenge is in fact as strong as what it is for the 2024 season. Probably the strongest numbers we've seen for a long time. Umpi Swart and Marco Busi. Well, they're going to rekindle the competition between the two of them, but it's not so much just Marco Busi and Umpi Swart. Nathan Victor has come to the game as well as Clinton Bezuidenhout, no doubt about it. And then you can't count out the number 10 GNA Motorsport car as well, because that young man has done an immense improvement from where he was to where he is now. And he's not the son of a previous champion. He is a Skalk Geldenhuys. Jean-Andre Marais in there as well, man from National Polo Cup. It's going to be brilliant to watch that one. It's Van Eden from Hendricks. John Henry Vaughan back out on circuit again. Mario Roux from Sundenberg in that Class B section. And then the second of the Van Edens, from the second of the Boosies, from Leiden, Muna and Joubert are the front five from 20 down to 24 in the Class C battle. As you can see on camera, there is gaps, and those gaps is the Class A will come off the line. There will be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds. Then they will go off the line with the Class Bs, and then they have the same scenario with the Class Cs, where that will come off the line in a group. So with a bit of luck, you're going to be able to watch each battle in its entirety as they come off the line. The 5-second board is just about to be brought up. We're waiting on the front end of the start-finish line. Swart, Boosie, Victor, Bezuidenhout, Geldenhuys. That is going to be brilliant going down into turn number 1. Just waiting for the Class B cars to get sorted out. Van Eden and Hendricks, John Henry Vaughan. Lovely to have John Henry Vaughan back in there. Mario Roux, man, has been a stalwart of Class B for so long. Remember, Zaki Hendricks, ex-class champion and one of the sponsors of the class out there as well, with Sundenberg, that is also getting better and better every time that they are out on circuit. Still waiting for the 5-second board to come. All the Class B cars are where it's supposed to be. That's the 5-second board. All right, here we go. Frankie Yinnis and Gary Fleming, Mike Side. It's Umpi Swart off the line. Herbert Marco Boosie. Nathan Victor does well, but it's Clinton Bezuidenhout that has a look on the outside. Nathan Victor tries to close him off for Bezuidenhout. Having a look around the outside. Class B comes off the line.
That's a Ryan Van Eden that gets a lovely start off the line with Zaki Hendricks in that second place. Then right on his case there we've got John Henry Vaughan, Mohammed Kalfi, and the rest of the boys are having a look out there. And Kyle Fissers in that lot as well. The Class C cars get launched off the line as they make their way into turn number 1, and Dylan Van Eden will be in that fight as well. The API property guys are sitting there, as well as the Class C cars work their way towards turn 2. Meantime, Gaza, the Class A cars are heading up the hill towards turn 4 saddle sweep.
Battle Royal Class A, everything you hoped for, wished for, and more. Through saddle sweep they go, out into the back main. The Class A guys, Umpi Swart all over the top of the curbstone. That was very, very close. Nathan Victor's right in there. Clinton Bezuidenhout. It's Geldenhuys that's in there as well. Those Class A guys going down to turn number 1. Here comes Class B. Zaki Hendricks still in that second position.
Ryan Van Eden still sits out there in P1. Then it is Zaki Hendricks as they work their way down into turn number 5. They're going to have a go. Mario Roux having a squeeze up on the inside of John Henry Vaughan, but John Henry Vaughan covers that line with Mario Roux right on his case. Gaza, back to Class A. I'll pick up the Class C cars.
Oh, Class A, it's so tight up front. Marco Boosie all over the back end of Umpi Swart as the Class B guys come down towards turn number 1. But let's follow that Class A towards turn number 2. It's Bezuidenhout in that 4th position. He has not been able to get any further forward than there, and Marais is starting to put the pressure on now. Oh, completely sideways as he goes through 2. It's Umpi Swart that leads out. The Class B is on their way up the Joubert straight towards turn 2.
Well, the Class C cars are going into turn number 1, and it's a hell of a fight between Van Eden and Boosie as they exit turn number 1. It is Dylan Van Eden. It is Dario Boosie. They're sitting first and second as they work their way into turn number 2, Castro Corner. Boosie's right up on the, well, he's in the lead as they come out of Castro Corner. He's got Van Eden right on his case as they make their way around. And then Daniel Muna sits there in a distant 3rd place, but they are nose to tail, those 2 Class C leaders, as they exit 3 Interceptor.
What a titanic struggle down into 5. It's Umpi Swart that we're accustomed to seeing at the front end of the pack, but he does not have it all his own way. Boosie's right in there. And remember, I said it's not a two-way battle, it's a three-way battle as they come up the front main down towards turn number 1. Let's hope that the producers will show what we're actually talking about as they go down into turn number 1. It is still Deja Vu, Swart that leads them out, but here comes the Class B battle underneath the City of Cape Town Bridge.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent one as they race towards turn number 1. The Class B cars are heading towards turn number 1, and it is still Van Eden that sits out there in P1. He's now getting away from Zaki Hendricks. That's in that second place. Mario Roo has in turn got his nose ahead there of John Henry Vaughan for P3 and 4. And then right on his case there is Donnie Sandenberg and Mohammed Kalfi. They are right in there as they exit Castrol Corner.
Well, that Class C battle is awesome. Massive pile up as we go into turn number 1. That's the Class C, guys. I see Daniel Muno went through there. Let's hope that the cameras can pick that up. But the leaders are on their way down the back main. And now it is Umpi Swart that has broken away just a little. He's got a small piece of ground between himself and Marco Busi. Nathan Victor, the third man in the shot there. And he is going to be the difficult part for Busi / Swart this season because he is doing an immense job in the opening race of GTI Challenge 2024.
So got confirmation it was Reza Levy that left the track there in turn number 1, and then Brett van der Schyff also had problems out there coming out of turn 3 Interceptor. So one Class C car and the other one was a Class B car that was in trouble. One in turn 1, the other one at the exit of turn 3 Interceptor.
Coming down the front main now is the Class B leader. It's Van Eden from Hendricks, from John Henry Vaughan, Mario Roos, Sandenberg. Then only do we see Kalfei, the next man coming through there in Class B. Frankie, here comes the Class C battle underneath us.
Yeah, that Class C battle is still one-on-one between Van Eden as the yellow flags are out, so there's no overtaking. Dylan Van Eden darting and diving around. He wants to get his nose ahead of Busi as they pick them up coming out of turn number 1. Busi and Van Eden, they are still nose to tail. They've got a slower car ahead of them, and now Busi dives around him on the outside, and Dylan Van Eden does so as well as they work their way out of turn 2.
Going down into 5, it's still Umpi Swart that leads out from Marco Busi, but there's one hell of a battle going on behind that. Remember Nathan Victor, the success story of this last season, towards the end of the season, is now in play, and he's still ahead of Bezuidenhout. Bezuidenhout stays ahead of Skalk Geldenhuys, Dylan Joubert, and then Jean-Andre Marais with Ian Cup. That is the last of the Class A cars. Now coming out of turn 5, we go to Class B. Coming out of turn 5, and that is going to be Thompson. Is it going to be Thompson? Yes, it is. Thompson still leads out. That ahead of, I think it should be Zaki Hendricks. That should be showing on our screen. Is it? It is Thompson. No, it is Van Eden that has gone through. So Kalpay, then Hendricks, then Roo in Class B.
Well, I'll go back to Class A. That's working their way into turn 3, into Interceptor Corner. They've got a slow Class C Golf that's just keeping right out the way as they work their way up the Tygerberg Straight towards Sidle Sweep, the double right-hander. That Class C Golf just keeping way to its left and allowing the Class A cars through down the back straight. They go as they work their way down the back main. It is Umpi Swart that is sitting in P1 with them. Busi, that's Marco Busi right on his case as they work their way out of turn number 5 out of Pertamina Fostron. And yeah, Gaza, they're making their way back towards us.
Well, I tell you what, this Class A battle's now starting to thin out into 2 groups of 3, and it's Bezuidenhout that's trying to protect the 4th position, not even battle for that 3rd position. So Bezuidenhout is not having it all his own way. Geldenhuys, Joubert and Marais that's on him. Umpi Swart still leading out. Busi in 2nd, Victor in 3rd. That's how they pulled off the line. That's how they are right now. Frankie, Class B will be the next group coming up underneath the City of Cape Town and Castrol Motors, Castrol South Africa bridge.
Yeah, and it is Ryan van Heerden that will lead this one with Zaki Hendricks in that second place. John Henry Vaughan is right in that fight as well as they work their way into turn number 1. So right there behind John Henry Vaughan, we've got Daniel Sunderberg, Dani Roux, Mohamed Kalfei, all of them working their way out of turn number 1. But Zaki Hendricks has dropped a little bit down. I see them all going. No, I lie. I talk lies. Zaki still sits in second place as they work through the kink into Interceptor corner.
Frankie, he did show 4th or 5th in class last time they came past. I think that his receptor unit on the transponder, that's the word we're looking for. This Frankie's word of the day, transponder. I don't think it picked up. It was corrected by the timekeepers, so that one is sorted. Oh my God, a lot of dust in 5. Somebody in class A has gone off in a turn number 5.
Ooh, Yuri Swart's going very slow. Umpi in the Bullion IT car is going very, very slow under the City of Cape Town Bridge. We'll just get confirmation if it is Umpi Swart. It is indeed the Bullion IT car that picked up trouble. It makes its way into turn number 1, but it's now halfway into the Class B field. So massive problems there for the man that led, namely Umpi Swart, as he has now dropped way behind.
Well, the Boosie van Eden Muno Fontini battle has now got Volskenk and Van Escape in between the two of them. That battle that we had with Boosie and Victor, they were fighting it out behind Umpi Swart. Umpi now completely out of it, and he finds himself at the back end of the pack. So the front two, Boosie and Victor, have broken away. Bezuidenhout does not have an answer for them. He is not on the same pace as what they are. In fact, he's got Dylan Joubert having one of his best races for a long time, and then Marais and Cup in behind it as they work their way down the back main for the second last time, as there's still one more lap to go after this.
But making its way through the kink now towards Interceptor corner. There's a fight that's about for 3, 4, 5 and 6 in Class B, heading into Interceptor.
Another car that's gone off, sorry Frankie, in turn 5, and I think it in fact is Bezuidenhout that's gone completely wide in 5. Big cloud of dust there as the leaders come towards us. It's now Marco Boosie with Nathan Victor that's broken completely away from everybody and anything else.
Right, the fight that I was talking about is going down the back main. It is John Henry Vaughan right on his case. He is a Mario Roux. It's a hell of a fight. There's about 4 of them that is nose to tail racing down into a turn number 5, fast on corner. Mohamed Kalfi is in that fight as well. It is a huge fight as they make their way out of turn 5.
Well, we hear that Quinton Bezuidenhout has got a lot of damage on his car, and we saw Umpi Swart going slow as well. So in their absence, Boosie and Victor are doing what they would have loved to do all of last season, is actually lead it out. So in the absence of Bezuidenhout, who was in 4th all the time on the last lap as they come out of Sorrel sweep and work their way down the back main, it's going to be all about Boosie and Victor, and then the next man coming through behind that is in fact Dylan Joubert.
Well, this is the last lap as the leaders head into turn number 5 into Fostron corner for the final time to meet and greet the checkered flag heading towards us. And you're not going to beat Marco Boosie, that's for sure. Marco Boosie comes home in P1. He finishes first. Nathan Victor crosses the line behind him in second position. Then it is Dylan Joubert in P3. Jean-Ray Marais crosses the line. Behind him is Ian Cup, and that is that first few cars in Class A.
Yeah, and as we said, Bezuidenhout lost out there pretty heavily. Jean-Ray Marais coming through in 4th, Ian Cup in 5th, Skull Geldnets in 6th, Quinton Bezuidenhout comes across the line. At the back end is, in fact, Umpi Swart, but here comes Class B.
Yeah, and that is going to be a runaway victory for Ryan van Eden. Zaki Hendricks will finish right on his case in second. But here we go, John Henry Vaughan. Will he hold on to that following position? I don't think he's going to. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. It is Sandenberg that gets to the flag ahead of Vaughan, followed there by Tahir Kalfi, and only then do we see Mario Roux.
Now, Dario Busi and Dylan van Eeren that come across the line, they're the last two, well, the first two of Class C, in fact, that comes across the line. Recovering Brent van der Schyff. Daniel Moona will come up third in Class C, and that just ahead of Mark Fontini, and I say just because it's purely a tenth of a second between the two of them as they came across the line.
Yeah, 0.191 between Daniel Moona and Mark Fontini. Well, that was the opening race in the API Properties Group GTI Challenge, and there's going to be a lot more action out there. Pity though for Umpi Swart. He had trouble in turn 5. He had issues out there in Fostron. Lost the circuit, finished his race, but he finished that race right at the back of Class A. Did Yuri Umpi Swart of Bullion IT Racing. And, well, it's not going to be at the back of Class A for race 2, that I can promise you. He was the initial leader of that class and then picked up problems. But you're not going to stop Marco Busi when he's in that form, that's for sure. He's the man that won it. Nathan Victor, the young man that did Polar Cup last year, ended in the top 5. And he was also in there in that second position across the line. Followed by Dylan Jabber. Well done to Dylan Jabber of in Class A. Dylan Jabber in the powder coating world car. And he finished there in third in Class A. Did Dylan Jabber. Yeah, it is the powder coating and a track steel sponsored polo of Dylan Jabber. But well done there. Ryan van Eeren winning Class B, and hot on his heels there was a man from Willworks himself, namely Zaki Hendricks.